So what happens if we take a modern battleship and drop it right into the 13th century Mongol invasion? In 1274, the Mongols tried to invade Japan with a massive fleet. Spoiler alert, Mother Nature won.
Their ships were, let's say, not exactly built to survive typhoons or Tomahawk missiles.
Now enter the USS Iowa, a floating fortress armed with 16-inch guns, radar, and armor thicker than your Wi-Fi password.
The Mongol fleet? Mostly wooden ships about 70 feet long. The Iowa? Nearly 900 feet. Yeah, not a fair fight. Each shell weighs more than a small car and travels faster than any Mongol arrow ever could. Imagine being a 13th century admiral and seeing a steel mountain spitting fire at you.
Let's simulate this. The Mongols sail toward Japan, but there's an Iowa waiting offshore. Modern radar picks up the fleet instantly. No scouts, no pigeons, just pure overkill.
Contact in 12 nautical miles.
And within seconds, computers calculate firing solutions that medieval mathematicians could only dream of.
The first salvo lands and erases half the fleet. Wooden ships meet high explosive reality.
Arrows, surprisingly, not very effective against 12 inches of steel armor.
Retreat!
Chaos erupts. Some try to flee. Others realize they can't outrun radar-guided shells.
Secondary guns clean up the survivors. It's like using a chainsaw to open a coconut.
In less than 15 minutes, the mighty Mongol navy becomes an accidental artificial reef.
If this really happened, history books would just say, "The sea caught fire one day." Let's compare. Range, 38 kilometers versus 200 meters. Speed, 33 knots versus whatever the wind feels like. In short, it's not a battle, it's target practice.
Ah, yes, the classic medieval tactic, throwing men at the problem.
Problem, the deck's about 20 meters up. Congratulations, you've invented drowning practice.
Starting small, we have the Mongol gunpowder. And then we have the battleship shell. Talk about an upgrade.
What is that in the sky?
Look! It's coming closer!
We are doomed!
So, if we look at the size of the Mongol Empire and compare it to the complexity of the board game Battleship,
Wait, what about fuel? Logistics. The Iowa burns diesel. No oil refineries in 1274. Minor detail.
out of fuel, surrounded by horses, specifically Arabian horses.
We take this vessel.
It is ours! Victory! The great boat is ours!
What is this strange metal food?
It opens!
The results are in. A 99.9% success rate. The Mongol fleet is officially 100% wet.
And that, my friends, is why Thai time travel and military hardware do not mix. Every sub equals one brain cell. Spiritual counterattack initiated. Sadly, radar ignores prayers.
The blast wave alone could be felt on shorelines hundreds of kilometers away.
On the bright side, local fish populations gain plenty of new coral-shaped furniture.
Historians centuries later would just think the gods sneezed.
The Iowa's 200,000 horsepower engines versus literal horses.
Not subtle.
Turns out, physics beats courage 9 times out of 9.
Ceasefire called, mostly because there's nothing left to aim at.
And that's the world's earliest naval selfie, technically.
Survivors might even try to copy the design, using wood. Good luck with that.
Prototype #1 didn't float. Prototype 2 caught fire.
Imagine if Mongols reverse-engineered radar. Hello! Industrial revolution in the 1200s.
Narrator, alternate timeline unlocked. Jet cavalry.
Okay, maybe not. Let's get back to reality.
After several salvos, ammo runs low. Each shell weighs more than a cow, literally.
Loading these manually? Nope, that's what hydraulic loaders are for.
No amount of hammering will make 12-inch armor in the 13th century.
The ripple effect? Mongol naval power erased overnight. Japan untouched. Legends would spread of a sea god made of iron that saved the islands. Fast forward 800 years, archaeologists still can't explain the giant turret remains. Imagine finding this in a 13th century lair. Textbooks explode.
The entire field of archaeology would just collectively short-circuit. Which is exactly why we shouldn't mix sci-fi with history. But we always will. And now you're wondering, what if it was an aircraft carrier? We already did that episode. Go binge the entire Modern vs. History saga. It only costs 1 brain cell per sub.
The sea calms, smoke clears, and history resets to what just happened.
And that, dear viewers, is why we keep coming back to What If. History truly is full of surprises.
Impressive resilience. You'd think even nature would hesitate to mess with that much steel. But where does that leave our Mongol friends?
At least marine life gets new housing. Silver linings everywhere.
So, modern battleship versus Mongol fleet? Science says, overkill. History says, thank you, but no.
That's all for today's mental experiment.
Smash that subscribe button before we drop another ship where it shouldn't be.
Up next, even more questionable physics. See you next time.